what makes Jesus different? Well, if you look at the lives of people like Abraham and Moses and Joseph Smith and Muhammad, these are men that were looking for the way. They were looking for truth. They were looking for spiritual life like any one of us. They're just normal men looking for those answers. What makes Jesus different is that when Jesus came on the scene, he didn't walk around looking for the way and the truth in life. He said he is the way, the truth, and the life. And that makes Jesus very unique among all religious figures. Another thing that makes Jesus pretty unique is when I ask audiences what Jesus talked about the most, they often say things like, well, heaven, hell, money. But what Jesus talked about the most was himself. Jesus talked about who he was and who his Father was. It's interesting that in John chapter 8, Jesus said he existed before Abraham. And of course, the religious people, hated him for that. They accused him of blasphemy. And then Jesus made this incredible statement. He said that he is the I am. Now, contemporary audiences, we don't know what that means, but to the religious people of Jesus' day, when God appeared to Moses, and Moses said, "Who are you?" God gave himself the name I am, the eternal one, the one that's always been here. And at this, the people stooped down and grabbed rocks to stone Jesus because they knew he was blaspheming. He was calling himself the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. He was calling himself the God of Moses, this man in the flesh, talking to them. He was calling himself the I am. So what makes Jesus different is that he never had to look for the way, the truth, and the life. He said he is the way, the truth, and the life, and he called himself the I am. And of course, at Jesus' birth, he was given the name Emmanuel, which is God with us. And then at Jesus' trial, he claimed to be the Son of the Most High God. And there was no confusion with Jesus who he was. So what I tell people that if you're interested in knowing more about Jesus is simply pick up the New Testament. Read the Gospel of Mark. Read the Gospel of John. And begin to pray in Jesus' name. Not just God, but pray in Jesus' name. And say, Jesus, I want to know you. I want to know who you are. And read the Gospel of Mark and John and pray in Jesus' name and see what happens.